I hope this is working now. Can you guys hear me? Can everyone? Are we better? Is the death sound gone? Is it better? Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Ever since yesterday, guys, I've been completely messed with in terms of my social media. Okay. Yesterday morning, I retweeted a tweet from a politician who said that the gentleman that jumped to his death inside of the airport in Florida did so partly because of the government shutdown. I did a little bit of quick research after somebody recommended to me that, or said to me that there are private contractors in that airport and that they weren't paid by the government. They were private contractors that the airport brings in that are cleared by the TSA. I did some research on it, got some print screens. Orlando Sanford Airport, there you go, private screeners, tweeted it out to the representative, and then quickly realized after, like, not even 2 minutes later, that I had the airport wrong. I made a mistake, and it was a big mistake. So I immediately, like within 2 seconds, wrote an apology to the politician, apologizing for my error, deleted the tweets, wrote a public retraction and apology on my own Twitter page. And less than 30 seconds later, I was suspended. I had to reconfirm my account, and I had to reconfirm that I wasn't a bot because I apparently had bot-like activity, and I was let back into my account. But ever since that happened, I have had my threads broken. I'm going to find an example for you. Because we're going to go over something really important today, and I want to show it to you. Hold on. Oh, goodness. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me here. People are tweeting screenshots of it at me. Here we go. Thread is broken. Tweet unavailable. Can't see the thread. People are sending me pictures of my threads being completely broken. And people not being able to read them. Like, they'll see one tweet and then a whole bunch of tweets after that are just, it says tweet is not available. As a matter of fact, let me find it here. This thread that I did here, that I retweeted one by one was completely broken. And I said, I find it interesting there are lawsuits against major media outlets since Covington, but a simple error I corrected immediately as ground for my accounts to be banned and locked. And here's my correction that I issued. I had the incorrect airport. My humble pie has been eaten. I'll delete the tweet, which I did. And then I said, can a few folks click on this thread and see if these tweets are available? And my threads are broken. It stops after one. Some people were sending me, see, my threads look like this. I'm doing this for a reason, guys. I'm doing this for a reason. Here's what my threads look like on Twitter right here. So today, oh, and I'm completely shadow banned now, which, okay, it is what it is. Today, I'm doing another thread with something really, really important, and it's happening again. So I'm forced to retweet by single every thread that I do. And not only that, but now I'm sitting here trying to record this video for you guys, and I'm having issues doing that. And then I live stream, and they're messing with my audio and my video. There's just it's like I've all of a sudden, because I made an error or something, not even a big deal. It's not like I accused someone of murder, for goodness sakes. And I've been completely just targeted for the past couple days. So it is what it is. I'll get over it. I'm sure it'll work out eventually. But let's talk about what I actually wanted to show you guys today, what's actually really important here in today's video. Today, Buzzfeed released an article about the Trump Tower Moscow project. And what they purport are leaked documents that they received, which purport to show that the discussion about Trump Tower and Moscow and all of that went on for a lot longer than Trump said or anyone said. And so they're using this as some sort of a, ploy to say how nefarious it was that this went on longer than they had said. We'll get into the substance of what these things are after I point out to you the bombshell here. And I'd love to get everyone's opinion. I was recording this video that got all messed up a minute ago, and I'm starting to notice anomalies inside of this BuzzFeed release with the text. I'm starting to notice different letters darkened and things just not looking the way they should. Like if you see up here, you'll see that there's like a blue hue around his picture. There's other things like this one, you can barely see it here. It's like all fuzzy. There's just little anomalies. The other thing that's really interesting about all this is that we have in its entirety, whether it's real or not, left to be desired, given that these text messages are questionable, we have the entire passport of Michael Cohen. So if any enterprising graphic artists out there want to take a look at Michael Cohen's passport and look for any stamps that indicate that he traveled to Prague at any given time, you've got that all right here in front of you. Here's where I found the biggest anomaly. These are text messages purportedly between Felix Sater in blue, meaning they came from his device, and Michael Cohen in white, okay? They're basically in these text messages arguing back and forth with one another about how Felix Sater is taking too long for the deal, how Michael Cohen, waited a month and a half for him to get back to him. He was supposed to meet with the high-level Russian. Felix Sater can't produce. Michael Cohen saying, you're out of this deal. You're making me look like an idiot. I can't go to the boss with this, blah, blah, blah. If you have no video, refresh the screen. So I'm reading through these, and we'll go through the story in just a second. I hope you guys have some time to buckle down with me here. When I got to the last set of text messages, I noticed something really odd. And now you can see here, we don't have that blue hue around the circle here. We don't have it here either. We don't have it here either, but this text is gray. There's just anomalies, but there's something really major. And I love your opinion. See here we have the blue hue. Now, here's a nice big blue hue. I'm only pointing this out because once we get down to this, it's going to make a lot of sense to you guys. There is the passport. We're scrolling through. Obviously, they went in here to add the redaction, so there's a chance they definitely could have edited these. But this one's pretty bad. Here we go. Hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Sorry, guys. I usually have this all ready for you guys. It's at the very end. Come on. Today is not my day. Today is not my day. Gotta be kidding me. Here we go. All right. Let's take a look at this, shall we? You guys rock. I gotta be honest. I love you guys. Okay. Here is a screenshot of a text message, and the user who is taking this print screen is on a call, as we can see here. It is 1:15 p.m. There is 64% battery. There is one text message unread on the phone. There is no blue hue, and there is a very fuzzy Michael here. It says very, very lightly, touch to return to call 6:44. Okay? Let's scroll down to the next one. Here we have a blue hue around Michael that looks nothing like the one we just saw, one text message waiting. The time is 1:16 p.m. The battery percentage is 62%. 64%, 1:15 p.m., one text message, 6 minutes, 44 seconds on the call. Here we are 1:16 on the clock with 62% battery and one text message, and it says 8 minutes. How is that even possible? If at 1:15 he was on the phone for 6 minutes and 44 seconds, it's clearly a 6 or it's clearly a 6 if you can look at it, which the link is in the description box. And here, supposedly a minute later, we have 8 minutes on the call. How do a minute and 26 minutes, a minute and 26 seconds disappear in less than 1 minute on the phone clock? The next message is 1:16. There is literally no text up here at the top saying how long the call is, and the battery percentage is 62%. Also, it's green, which is different than every other set of messages that we have. Now, there's a lot of anomalies with this, like a lot of them. We're not going to get into all of them right now, but this here is a big problem. Somebody edited in. It looks like somebody edited in. I'm going to zoom this for you guys. Look at this. It's just the worst job ever, okay? Michael. It's clearly a 6 here. It's very fuzzy, but you can see it. It's a 6. You see it, guys, right? Look at how the Michael is all fuzzy. Now listen, I'm not making any all I'm saying is there's something wrong, okay? I don't know who doctored these messages, but I'm telling you they're probably not real. They're probably not real. You can see the carrier Verizon. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there's still the one message remaining. Like there's enough similarities between these that I know, you know what I'm saying? There's enough similarities that I know they were supposedly taken one right after another. Let's read the messages. I'm going to explain this one more time because I think that people are not understanding. One more time, I'm going to go over this, guys. Okay, the clock here reads in the first print screen. The clock reads 1:15 p.m. Touch to return to call. The call duration is 6 minutes, 44 seconds. At 1:16, the call duration is 8 minutes. That would be a minute and 26 seconds, not a minute. I also wanted to bring your attention to the blue fuzz and the non-blue fuzz and the way Michael's written and the way Michael's written. Okay, let's read them. Now, why is this important? This article was penned by Jason Leopold. This is the same reporter that just released the fake news that Mueller had to come out and dispute. It's 1 minute and 26 seconds difference, not 1 minute. That's impossible. So it says, not only will you probably sit with number 1 or number 2, but the whole biz community is there. I'll be running around setting nice $100 million deals, and you will come back, and the whole campaign team can kiss your ass. Keep this very close to the vest. Otherwise, half a dozen idiots will try to jump on your coattails. If it goes great, you're a hero. If it doesn't, all you did was go to an economic forum to check out business. Bro, this is why you got me working in the shadows. I will make sure you are as clean as a whistle either way. For you, zero downside. But I know this is going to turn into 1, a major win for Trump, makes you the hero who bagged the elephant, and 2, set up a stream of business opportunities that will be mind-blowing. All from one short trip. I couldn't have dreamed of a better situation with no downside. And this was supposedly, we don't have a date, actually. We don't know when this message was. There's no date here. So either this message is completely fabricated or they cut and pasted it, or I don't know. They're trying to make it look like here, in my opinion, that Michael Cohen was working with Felix Sater to get to Putin. Who's responsible for this is left to the imagination at this point. It's a big deal, though, honestly. Now, if you guys have been following my work for a while, you know what I've done on Felix Sater. Felix Sater was an intelligence asset. Felix Sater was involved in CIA black operations. Felix Sater is Felix Sater worked with Loretta Lynch. Loretta Lynch had him, basically messed with things so that he didn't have to pay restitution to victims of crimes that he committed. It's 1:19 p.m. and 10:34 on the call. Different time, never mind. Oh, what a day. Oh my goodness. So this document release is all kinds of emails and stuff between Felix Sater and Michael Cohen. He was invited to the St. Petersburg's International Economic Forum, which is like the Russian Davos, June 16th to 18th, 2016. It's unclear whether or not he ended up going. I'm seeing people talk about the battery. It's inconsequential. The battery is really inconsequential. It's the times that are different. Like if they forgot to edit the battery percentage along with the timestamps, that would make sense. Do you guys know what I'm saying? The time's just all funky. But I was trying to tweet this out to people to get people to take a look at it and get this out there. And of course, I can't. Anyway. So they send these emails and letters to Michael Cohen to go to the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum, where this release is purporting to, kind of speculate that he's going to be meeting with Putin or Medvedev or someone to go over the Russia deal. Now, the Russia deal is not illegal. I mean, Donald Trump signed a letter of intent, and there's literally no evidence anywhere that he even knew that any of this was going on while it was happening. As a matter of fact, there are text messages in here where Michael Cohen tells Felix Sater, I can't take this back to Mr. T. He's going to think I'm a moron. I can't bring this stuff back to him like this. What are you, crazy? Admonishing Sater. They lose touch for a while. They get into an argument. Sater says he kept his mouth shut during the point in the media where Trump said he had no idea who he was. And Sater keeps on saying he's going to have these meetings with these high-level Russians from this bank that works closely with Putin, and they never come through. And Michael Cohen starts getting frustrated because Michael Cohen is apparently trying to advance this deal, and it seems as though Felix Sater is completely stringing him along. Well, if you're a plant put there to send overtly ridiculous Russia text messages, wouldn't you too say you're going to set up a meeting to try and trail Cohen along? And another thing that just hit me as I'm sitting here, they got a copy of Cohen's passport in this whole deal. What day was that? Bear with me as my brain works here, guys. Just bear with me. Because I'm thinking if they got this passport around the time when the dossier was coming out, that would be really interesting, wouldn't it? Like the dossier entry that says he went to Prague, if the passport was given to Sater at the same time as that happened, again, just bear with my thought process here. Here's where they're yelling at each other. And they could all be fake. You're absolutely right. I mean, I really don't trust any of them. They're all, and it doesn't even say Michael here. You see? There are all kinds of anomalies. Okay. And again, no dates. Let's see when he was asking for it. I really wish somebody could take a zoom in here and take a look at this. I'm not good at this stuff. It's not my thing. There's no dates. December 19th, 2015. Bear with me. Here we go. I'm going to search. Kremlin Insider, secret, August 2016. Okay, so there's no way that could be true because he got this passport supposedly in 2015. Okay, sorry. See, this is how I work. So this entire release is nonsense and completely exonerates Trump 100%. Because there's no indication whatsoever that Trump had anything to do with any of this. He never provides his passport. Felix Sater is incessantly asking over and over again for Donald Trump's passport, and Donald Trump never, Michael Cohen never gets it. Michael Cohen, Felix Sater tries to arrange a meeting with Donald Trump and Michael Cohen in 2015, early 2016 in Russia, and Michael Cohen pushes back and says, hey, I'm actually going to go first. After I get another firm date and I know that this is a real project, then we'll get Trump involved. Then Felix Sater is asking him later on, is Trump going to go to Russia before or after the convention? I need to let them know. And Cohen says, me before, Trump after, or him after the convention. Still, again, likely just pushing Felix Sater off. No indication at all that this was even known about by him. Felix Sater's writing emails that say, I arranged for Ivanka to sit in Putin's chair for 30 minutes. Here. Talking about Putin all the time, how he's going to help them, what he's going to do. I'm looking for chair. There's more than one. Hold on. Let's say Ivanka. We'll do it that way. Only 1, 2, 3. They're talking about the spa for Ivanka Trump. She has one in every hotel, just so that you guys know. Thanks for the super chats, guys. But it's basically here, there's like 70,000 copies of this letter of intent with what the business deal is going to be. One signed copy by Trump. And that's literally the only time that I mean, it's ridiculous. This entire thing is ridiculous. The Buzzfeed story is ridiculous. The stupid text messages appear to be doctored. Again, Buzzfeed just hits it right out of the park, which brings me to the next thing that I wanted to vent about, being that we're all here together today. I wanted to show you something. Learn to code. I might be banned for that. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Learn to code was tweeted at me by a sketchy account. This is Ben Popkin, a journalist. I reported it as abusive behavior as part of targeted harassment. Twitter suspended the account within 20 minutes. Journalists, if they tweet learn to code at you, don't stay silent. Take a moment to report it. I'm trying to process like exactly how to respond to this. This journalist is acting like he was called a Nazi or a bigot or something, and he's not one. He literally was bragging about the fact that they suspended an account for tweeting learn to code at this guy within 20 minutes of the tweet being posted. These journalists think they're God. They're not. Since when did it become a bad idea and unallowed or disallowed to criticize the media? When did this become a punishable offense on Twitter? While we have people calling for the death of children for smiling in an uncomfortable situation. Learn to code was originated by journalists. When the coal miners lost their jobs, journalists said, well, they should learn to code. That's why it's coming back on them now. The irony is lost on these people. They don't understand. We are taking back the culture war, so they don't understand. It's really ridiculous. So people are being banned. Look, Twitter will review it, and if they determine it violates their rules against abusive behavior, they will take action. I don't care, and my feelings aren't hurt if you tweet learn to code at me. This was 3 hours ago after he got destroyed. I used to enter in Q basic programs from the back of 321 Contact and wrote a homework keeper on my TI-83. What I'm interested in here is a coordinated or inauthentic attack directed at laid off journalists alongside pictures of people hanged and so forth. Are you kidding me? And if people feel harassed, they should avail themselves of the same tools any user has to control their Twitter experience. Yeah, the block button, okay? And just like Gamergate, there has to be some cover story of supposed righteous indignation. This guy, you know what? Listen. Oh, we're here for you if you need us. Be strong. Read the comments. That's all I have to say. The ratio on these tweets is hysterical. Hysterical. We're systematically being muzzled, guys. And I've talked about this many times. I've supported many of my peers who have had the same thing happen to them. But now you can literally show pedophilia on Twitter. Check it out on Periscope. It's everywhere. Report it if you see it. It's illegal. But these people can't type learn to code. Learn to code. There was more. There was more I had. Here are my tweets that nobody's seeing. Hold on. I had something else that I wanted to talk to you guys about that I shared with myself. Come on. Sorry, guys. Let's talk quickly about this because I was going to do a video on this too. And since I've got you guys all here, we'll talk about it. The Southern Poverty Law Center used to be, back in the day, an organization that stood up against hate. It is now turned into a hate organization. And Gavin McInnes has filed a lawsuit against the Southern Poverty Law Center for effectively slandering and libeling him and causing him to be unable to earn an income based off of the slander and the lies. I read the complaint here, which is being brought forth by this lawyer, Ron Coleman. He was attacked maliciously yesterday after he tweeted out that he had filed this suit. It's really good. I'll put it in the description box for you guys when I leave. Basically goes through all the examples of what the Southern Poverty Law Center does. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at it right here because I was doing research on them all day yesterday. Let's take a look at their change the terms. Where is it? Resources. Change the terms. Here's the Hate Watch. The Southeast Immigrant Freedom Initiative. Thank you, Southern Poverty Law Center. Thank you. Here's the hate map. Let's see if I can find it here. It's not listed. I'm going to show you what they're doing. Here we go. White supremacists are using online platforms for hate. It's time to change the terms. reducing hate online. As internet platforms provide more opportunities for people around the world to connect, they have also provided a forum for certain groups to spread hate, fear, and abusive behavior by saying the words, "learn to code." The deadly neo-Nazi march in Charlottesville was organized with the use of Facebook, PayPal, and Discord. The violent Proud Boys group vets new applicants through Facebook and have seen an uptick in applications since summer of 2018. Some technology companies have made steps in the right direction to reduce hateful activities online, but more work needs to be done. This is scary. Hateful activities are those that incite or engage in violence, intimidation, harassment, threats, or defamation. Isn't that ironic? Targeting an individual or group based on their actual or perceived race, color, religion, national origin, ethnicity, immigration status. So, in other words, you're an illegal. That's hateful. Gender identity, sexual orientation, or disability. We're going to go through the list in a second. Why this matters. Oh, thank you for the super chat. That's really, really appreciated. Just as the internet has created immense positive value by connecting people, it has also given new tools to those who want to threaten, harass, intimidate, defame, or even violently attack people different from themselves. Who is that? They make this picture look bad. In the lawsuit, in the complaint, it actually explains what this means or when this was taken. It was being taken as they were leaving a free speech rally in, I believe it was Berkeley. And he was being attacked. Not that I support everything the man says, but I support his right to say it and make a living. If somebody wants to pay him for it, by all means. I mean, why are these people the arbiters of who should be able to accept payments from Visa and MasterCard? Are we seriously now bestowing all of that power to groups like this that take millions and millions of dollars of Democrat money and have sheltered it off in offshore bank accounts in the Bahamas? Really? There's a coalition that's been formed to change the terms. Let's look. Change the terms have developed model corporate policies to help internet companies stop hate and extremism online and ensure that they do more to protect people of color, women, LGBTQIA people. I don't know what I and A means. Religious minorities and other marginalized communities. Conservatives are a marginalized community. You guys think that maybe we'll get some support from the SPLC? We are made up of civil rights, anti-hate, and open internet organizations. Center for American Progress. Color of Change. Free Press. National Hispanic Media Coalition. The following organizations have signed on in support of the recommended policies for corporations to adopt and implement to reduce hateful activities on their platforms. Here we go. Are you ready? I'm going to find some that you guys might know. Center for Media Justice. Council on American Islamic Relations, CARE. Deplatform Hate. What's another one we might know? The National Urban League, the National Immigration Law Center, Illinois Coalition of Immigrant and Refugee Rights. Do you guys see a trend? So Gavin McInnes is suing these people. And I'm just going to say, if you want to do something really fun, start researching their staff. And that's all I'll say for now. You could spend some hours researching their staff. Here is the Hate Watch page from the Southern Poverty Law Center. Oh, the posts on Gab. There we go. There we go. Extremists go knocking on Dems' doors. Police are returning the favor. So it's okay to stand outside of Tucker Carlson's house and spray paint his driveway, right? But if Laurel Loomer goes up to Nancy Pelosi's house because she wants to invite everybody, that's bad. So I read the 62-page complaint, and it's a very strong complaint. And Southern Poverty Law Center has settled cases in the past for substantial money, millions of dollars, and issued public apologies when they've accidentally incorrectly smeared someone as on their hate list. Let's look and see who's on it. There are people on it. Hate groups. Where are the people? Hold on. They don't make it easy to find it. Let's look at the... Don't mind me, guys. I wasn't prepared to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. Somebody's going to complain in the comments. You know, I came here and you were all unorganized. And you didn't have everything organized the way you should. Sorry. Where is it? Search your area for hateful people. Research. Let's go here. Here we go. Individual profiles. Richard Spencer's on there. Not surprising. Augustus Invictus. He ran for Congress. Christopher Cantwell. Chuck Baldwin. Once you go on this list, you're done. David Horowitz from this. David Horowitz is on here. Who else? I don't know who a lot of these people are. Stuart Rhodes, founder of Oath Keepers. I like doing live streams. I should do these more. Greg Johnson, Hal Turner. I don't know who a lot of these people are, so I'm not going to comment on them. Kessler is on there. There are some really ridiculous people on here, though. Larry Klayman from Freedom Watch. Larry Klayman from Freedom Watch is on the Southern Poverty Law Center hate list. At least they have Farrakhan on there. Michael Bolden. Okay. When I was back in my activism days, like way before Trump, I knew Michael Bolden. He founded something called the 10th Amendment Center. It is basically the use of jury nullification to nullify bad laws. He educates juries on their power to nullify laws that they feel are unconstitutional or not good using the 10th Amendment. Why is that hateful? I'm not quite sure. A lot of the times people are using this to nullify marijuana legislation that makes it illegal. Really weird. Cernovich is on here. Pamela Geller's on here. And then once this happens, they take you, they put you on this list, they take you, and then they have the media say that the Southern Poverty Law Center has designated you as an extremist. And then even the FBI recognizes or has recognized the Southern Poverty Law Center as being a valid organization. So their word carries weight. So all they need to do is throw somebody on this list and then get them completely deplatformed from every platform. The payment processors won't take their work anymore, and they're copiously slandered throughout the media because they're on the Southern Poverty Law Center hate list, extremist files. Let's keep looking, shall we? You guys are great, by the way. Seriously. Stefan Molyneux. I'm just calling out names that I actually know. That's all I know. That's all I have heard of anyway. But I'm sure if we did a little bit of research into most of these people, we would find here's the groups. Let's see the groups. The Alliance Defending Freedom. Apparently the Christian right is hateful. The American Border Patrol is an SPLC designated hate group. The American Border Patrol. The American Family Association. The American Freedom Party. Center for Immigration Studies. Council of Conservative Citizens. I don't know any of these groups. Family Research Council. I mean, are you seeing this? Of course, there's Imperial Clans of America, and there's real actual hate groups on here. But a lot of these aren't. I'm sorry. Let's see. We're going to keep going. Oath Keepers is on here. I'm sorry, but this is not okay. The Proud Boys are on here. White Lives Matter is on here. World Net Daily, the publication, is on here. So that's a little bit more about the Southern Poverty Law Center, who is now in the process of being sued by Gavin McInnes and Ron Coleman. What else did I have? I had one other thing that I wanted to talk to you about outside of the fact that we're not allowed to criticize journalists anymore. Here's an incident report from the Jussie what's this, Smollett case? Victim requested that the body cameras be deactivated, responded to battery report at the above listed location, met them in the lobby, escorted them to the unit of the victim. He related that the victim didn't want to report the offense. However, he believed it to be in the best interest to report it. Arrived at the apartment to find him with white rope draped around his neck and stained clothing. Victim related to officers that as he was walking to his residence, two unknown males approached him and gained his attention by saying verbatim, "Empire, the F word, the N word." Victim related that he's an actor. Oh, no MAGA in there. I'm not hearing MAGA in there. I'm not hearing anything MAGA in there. Thank you guys for the super chats. Victim relayed that he is an actor on the TV show Empire, and responding officers know those terms said to him to be racial and homophobic. The primary aggressor was wearing a black mask concealing any facial features, and both were dressed in black, proceeding to batter the victim about the face with their hands and pouring an unknown chemical substance onto him, staining his clothing. The victim doesn't remember any other distinguishing features of the offenders or in which direction they fled. He related that on the 22nd of January, he received hate mail at his place of work, showed them where the incident occurred. Assisting unit beat 1824R canvassed area for offenders and cameras in the vicinity. Cameras located at 300 East Lower North Water Street in parking lot and 301 East Lower North Water Street on adjacent building. City pod cameras in Memorial Hospital. Victim advised to seek medical attention, taken to Northwestern Memorial Hospital by a friend, I guess. Attending doctor, victim given VIN, OEMC notified, violent crimes notified. And that's basically it. Now, there was another story about Jesse that came out yesterday that I retweeted. Here's the latest. During his walk through MAGA country, Jussie disappeared for 60 seconds from television. No attack seen on video. 2 persons of interest are bums not in the area at the time. Cops dismissed neighbor who reported seeing a, quote, redneck. Jussie was still holding his Subway sandwich when he re-entered the building. The cops have subpoenaed the phone records. Jussie lied about having a broken rib. Jussie lied about being admitted to the hospital. Here is the incident report. If this turns out, I've been asking people to just kind of lay low on this and hold back. If this turns out to be a fake report, if there's no phone call between him and the manager, I think we're done. I think we're done there. Sorry, I need a sip of water. I think we're done. I've been kind of like urging patience on it here. And I think that's it. So Buzzfeed publishes what appear to be fake text messages. The Southern Poverty Law Center is being sued. I'm being targeted on social media. And Jussie it appears as though we're getting closer to the decision that the attack by people shouting this is MAGA country in the middle of Chicago in negative 19 degrees may not be true. That's basically where we're at today. And tonight we have the State of the Union. And that's what we got, people. Does anyone have any questions before I sign off for the day? Again, the real poignant part of this entire rant that I did is the faked text messages. I'm just pausing to hear if anybody has any questions. And if not, I'm just going to share some information with you guys and sign off. Okay. If you guys appreciate the work I do and you'd like to become a patron, I would really, 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 really be honored to have you. You can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/TracyBeans with a Z. The best thing is that my website is live. So you can now find me on my website at tracybeans.com, where I can also host video if, God forbid, I am removed from this platform also. You can also find me on Twitter at Tracy Beans, Gab at Tracy Beans, Steam at Tracy Beans, BitChute at Tracy Beans, and also Subscribestar at Tracy Beans. I really, really, really love you guys. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for sticking with me until for all this time. And your support is so appreciated. Don't know what else to say. That's basically it. Stick by, everybody. Let's hug each other like a family and get through all this nonsense together, shall we? Have a good day.